You're listening to Fucks Given, the one with Alani. Hi Reed, how are you?
Hi Florence, I'm really good. I am going on holiday this evening.
You deserve a holiday.
Time. Thank you. It's been a stressful few months, Jesus Christ.
But you were telling me something really funny about this holiday and what you are allowed to bring.
Okay, I would not call it funny. It's devastating. Devastating news. Florence, sex toys are illegal in Thailand.
I actually can't believe this. How is this actually a thing? This is basically like Thailand being like, yo, female pleasure is banned.
No, okay. You're not allowed to. I am not going to come for like over 10 days, man. What the fuck? I can't even, if I risk it, you know, I'm like, can I take a little tiny vibrator with me? No, I could get 3 years jail time. In Thai prison, man. Fuck that.
You would not survive. You would not survive.
The worst part was Sam actually joked about it because he found out that vaping was illegal. And he was like, oh, sorry, baby, sex toys are illegal. And I was like, what? I was like, no. And it was, I was just joking about that.
100% facts.
I looked this up, right? Because it is. Oh my days. I'm so pissed off. Because it was like highs and lows of like, oh shit, it's illegal. Oh no, it's not. He was joking. Oh my God, no, it's actually fucking illegal.
This is devastating news.
Devastating.
Can you come without a vibrator?
I don't think I've come without a vibrator in about like 15 years.
Wow.
Wait, no, that would have been like, I would have been 15,
like,
16 when I had my first toy.
This romantic holiday getaway is turning quite sour quite quickly. You're not even there yet.
Oh, and I'm on my period. First few days I'm there as well. I know. I'm like, what is this?
Periods,
it's like sabotage
no
Reed's
sex
vagina.
Literally, you're just going to have to be out there, get a bit of a tan, soak up the sun, get that vitamin D.
Well, we have to quarantine for the first day, so we're stuck indoors anyway.
Oh no, what are you going to do?
I think literally indoors. I know. What am I going to do? Suck dick all day? No!
Yeah,
no!
You are. That's, oh my God, this is why Sam told you about it. He's like...
Yeah, he was like, my
evil plan.
My pleasure holiday. Imagine. So yeah, frustrating. Florence, do you have any more positive news than illegal sex toys?
I have zero positive news. I've just been, it's springtime. I've just been in like my nostalgia about like falling in love in spring 2020. And like that spring has this like, it's like positive, like fresh new beginnings, but also like really sad.
Yeah.
So I've been going through it emotionally. I'm
it's
laughing because it hurts so much.
It hurts so good. I'm sorry.
It doesn't hurt good at all. I wrote a poem today. I walked to...
a poem?
Yeah, I walked to... So this morning... I actually got up super early this morning, 7:30, did my yoga, and I was like, I'm going to go on a little walk. Got my matcha, walked to London Fields, sat in the park, and inspiration took me. And I wrote a poem.
Amazing. That's
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Oh,
like it's really sad. It's a sad poem. I put it on Instagram.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know if this is just such a mood killer, but okay.
It's all right. We've got Oloni on later. She'll bring it back.
I've never read a poem out loud before that I've written because I don't write poetry.
Well, first for anything, babe, you gotta embrace your creativity.
Okay, so picture this. I was sitting on a bench. There were bird song all around me. The sun was shining through the grass.
Nice.
And there were loads of people wandering around because it's like a sunny day in London for like one of the first days ever of this year. And it's spring. I'm feeling nostalgic and I'm in my feels and I'm sitting on this bench. Okay. I can't read this seriously.
Can I read it if you send it to me?
No. No, I'll do it. Okay, so it's, I'm here again, missing him again. A pain in my chest, a cavern, a lost breath. People wander by. I wonder, is that him? I'm nostalgic for the past, but it's spring, a new beginning. The breeze touching my face feels like the ghost of his embrace. I know it's just a wave. I was growing, reaching, safe, and now crashing. But this is not the shore. This is a new beginning.
That was beautiful. That was actually really beautiful.
Thanks. So yeah,
Nice.
that's what I did this morning. That's my news. That's my update. It's not happy. It's not positive. But I guess it is a new beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the poem definitely did a little upbeat rise at the end.
Yeah, I
which
hope
was-
so.
It's like, it's shit now, but you know things will get better.
Yeah. I feel very vulnerable having shared that out loud. I hope people enjoyed
Good.
it.
Yeah, you gotta like embrace the vulnerability. It's how we feel alive.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, there's been so many waves of this breakup. And I think, you know, it's just for everyone out there that's going through the same thing. Like, it isn't just like one day you'll feel no pain anymore. Because you will have that day. And then you'll feel the pain again. And like, that's just how it goes. That's just what it's like. That's what grief is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that, Florence. That was beautiful.
No worries. Shall we lighten up the episode and maybe get Alani on, talk about some orgasms?
Yes, I can't wait. We love Oloni. For those of you who don't know her, she is just incredible. And I think she was the first guest we ever had on Fucks Given.
Yeah, she
One
was.
of the first guests.
She was the first ever episode of Fucks Given.
Ever.
Ever.
She's been so inspiring and really helped lift us up as well. She really sort of brought us into her circle, and I think we were panelists on a live event that she did, which was so cool. It was really nice just being a part of that. She was very much like, wanting to lift up other people. So yeah, can't wait to get her on.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my god, we're so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here. It's been a long time.
I know.
I feel like this is you birthed our podcast by being on the very first episode.
Yes.
You were, well, what is it, like is it a medulla?
A what?
Could
Wait.
be.
A doula.
doula.
I'm thinking of like
Yeah.
medulla oblongata, but I mean like a doula like that.
She was thinking about the brain. I knew what
Like
you meant.
Bertha. Yeah.
This is your third time on Fucks Given.
Yes,
How exciting.
yes. I know, I'm excited to be here. It's, I'm a big fan of you guys, so whenever you guys need me, like Kim Possible, I'm there.
Oh,
As well as we are of
And-
you.
Oh,
Of
thank you
course.
guys.
And you know the drill. For anyone who's listening who might not know who you are, which, I mean, that would be crazy, let them know
Where
a
you've
little bit about
been.
yourself.
Ooh, so my name's Oloni. I'm a sex and relationship expert, podcaster and presenter from London. So that's me. I feel like
That
that
sounded
Take
like-
Me Out.
That is exactly what I was going to say. From London.
London!
So good.
Do you know what it is? It's I've been pitching myself recently to people, so I've been getting into the mood of doing my pitching. I'm Oloni and this is what I do. And so
And I am
that's
from
what
London.
It's got to be so like short and neat and punchy, and you did all that.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
has
great.
to.
You're
Yeah.
also, am I allowed to say this? Like, you're also writing a book. It's
I am.
public
I am.
information,
Yeah,
right?
It's public
Yeah.
information. No.
Yes.
Please scream about it. Yes. The big O, which is a
big
play
O.
on with my name and the orgasm gap. It just fits so well. I love that my name's actually Oloni because it just fits perfectly.
Yeah.
So,
it's beautiful.
it's coming out September, the end of September. And I'm just so excited. It's going to
We're
feature
excited.
my stories. Thank you. It's going to feature my stories, relatable stories, your stories, So I'm just look out for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait. We were interviewed for Alani's book not
Yes.
so long ago. So
Yes.
yeah, might even find us in there.
Yes,
Ooh.
definitely will.
Well, in sort of along that theme, we wanted to talk about orgasms today because we thought, why not?
Of course.
You're the
Our
person
favourite.
to talk to about orgasms, the orgasm gap, because you are creating this amazing book.
thank you. Yeah, honestly, I think I had an orgasm, but just before I jumped on this pod.
Nice.
Did not.
I did. Do you know what it is? I think it's due to stress. I was saying this on my podcast as well when I was recording last. I feel like when I get a bit stressed, tell me if you can relate. When I get a bit stressed, or if I obviously sleeping is a given, but when I feel just a little bit stressed, there's like this kink at the back, the lower bottom of my back that just won't move unless I just scratch that itch, and that itch is to nuts. So,
I see.
Yeah, so
That's
amazing. So when I feel just a bit overwhelmed, and I've been feeling overwhelmed because of the book and moving, so I've just found myself just like having to masturbate just to help me find my strength. So,
how much have you been
I
masturbating?
did that.
A lot. I think more than usual. My partner's actually been telling me, he's just like, you just masturbate for no reason. You could be like, oh, I'm hungry, let me masturbate before I eat. And
That is
we have to be aware though, Florence and I have spoken about this, where we've ended up using orgasm as a form of like escapism and to get like a dopamine rush. So it's almost like crack, where you're just like, I need to have that orgasm because I feel like shit, so like I know this is going to make me feel good. I was totally the opposite when I was moving. I just was so stressed, I wasn't horny at all, couldn't even look at my toys.
Interesting.
My toys are right beside all my beds. I've got my womanizer and my
there.
wands. They're just chilling right there. I was laughing because I was reading not too long ago, and I just looked up and I was just like, "What is your life become?" But I love it.
What's your go-to toy to wank with?
So as of lately, my crack has definitely been my Pro 40 womanizer, but I'm always encouraging women to switch up toys. So right now I've got my wands back as well, because I felt like I kind of disowned her for a bit. So I brought her back into the mix now. So I'm floating in between. And I'm definitely going to start introducing a bit more toys as well, because it's just so important to try and not just to stick to one thing, because
we get complacent. We're like, I know that makes me feel good, it's easy, but it's like orgasms shouldn't be easy. You should have to work for them, because they feel so much better when you do, rather than them just being a little like sneeze orgasm. You're just like, oh, I guess that was it.
That is so true.
No, I agree.
I was like, I kind of stopped wanking for a little bit because I've been on this like, I keep getting BV. I've got like chronic BV, and then it kind of disappeared for a bit, and then came back again when I had sex. So great. But anyway, I was talking to my therapist about it, and he kind of mentioned like maybe I should stop using we didn't tell me to stop using my wand as much, but basically I had this wand that was like the vibration was so intense. It was making my clit bleed. So I stopped using it, obviously. But
I was going to say, tell your therapist to get lost. Like, what do you know? But now you told the story, I'm like, okay, maybe you should listen.
Yeah. But what I've done now is that this morning and last night, I got my wand out, but I used it over my duvet cover, so it had like quite a big wodge of material in between my vulva and the wand, because it's really fucking powerful. And it was actually the perfect one.
What wand is it?
It's the Doxy, which I'm really confused.
Which Doxy though?
So it's the die cast, and also I've tried the mini die cast as well.
Mini die cast is stronger.
It's mad.
Like on the lowest setting, it's a higher vibration. Same with the die cast. I found it's like the lowest one was okay, but I couldn't come with it unless I'm really fucking horny. And then you go up one setting and it's too strong. So yeah, it's just different ones have different vibrations. But then again, I also think yours is faulty. Like yours shouldn't be making your clip bleed. There's something wrong there.
I think.
Or are you using lube? Because maybe if you use lube as well, then that could like stop, because then it won't be, because I guess it's science, the friction. Right. You know, if it's just like dry, it could be like causing it to.
This is so true. Because you don't tend to get lube out just to use a wand vibrator, because you're not like inserting anything.
I never do. Yeah.
Even though,
and also I don't want to make my wand dirty. Like not dirty. I mean, like I don't want to have to fucking clean it afterwards. I'm lazy. I just want to put it on, come and put it on the floor. If it's wet with lube, it gets bits on it, and I don't want that.
What wand do you use?
So I use the it's like it's a massage one from Love Honey, of course. So
Yeah.
I had it for ages, and like I said, like I had a break from it before, and I brought it back. But then I remember there was a time when I was when I always was using my wand, and I noticed that at one point I would go right up to the highest speed and would be like trying to like scroll. You know how you can scroll? I was scrolling the thing, and it wasn't going any higher. And I'd realize like, oh shit, like this doesn't even do it for me anymore. And I said, that's you know, in the highest settings, the highest, you're so used. You have to take a break sometimes because you're just like, okay,
a tolerance break.
That is basically
mad.
Fuck. Well, I mean, with your womanizer, I've always found that it's so intense that I come really quickly, like too quickly, and it's a bit too intense. For me, I can't, there's no build up.
Yeah. Do you not start off slowly, then work your way? Because I always start off slowly. I start fantasizing, thinking about all that, you know, the dirtiest moments I've had, thinking about the foreplay. I'm just reminiscing. Girl, I might get wet now. But the point is like, I build it up, and then I start pressing higher and higher. I'm like, right, take me away, like finish me, essentially.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, I must do, but sometimes I'm too impatient.
Sometimes you can't. You're too impatient. Don't get twisted. Like I've fallen asleep with my toy in between my legs before because I was just too tired to wank.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that happened to me
doing
recently.
It drunk, when you come home drunk and you're like, oh, I'm so horny, and then you have some like, you can't come, or you're just terrible time. Although I found I'm getting into this pattern of like the way of my body's position. So because I really like nipple play, I will lie in my bed with my legs open and have the doxy, so it's like the head of it is facing me and the tail's going further away from me, so it's like the opposite way around, not this way.
Right.
It's like flipped round, and I will balance it on my pussy, and sometimes I'll put like, maybe I'll put my feet up high so it can like grip, my feet can grip it so it doesn't push away, and then I will leave it, and then I'll play with my nipples, and then that will get me into like the zone. And so it's almost like a that's
what I was just thinking.
I mean, I'm not fucking flexible at all, like everyone can do this, but that's like the position and the way that I masturbate at the moment, and I can't seem to, even when I hold it with a hand, I'm a bit like, oh, this is really annoying for my hand. I want to use my hand.
Yeah. My downfall is that, like, the reason why I always go for the wands is that it plugs into the wall. I am so bad at charging my sex toys.
Batteries.
Yeah, I am too. I am too.
And it's always when you're just in the middle of a nice long session.
It's always devastating.
You're like, fuck's sake. I've done it before where I've literally gone through like 4 different toys because they've all died at the same time. And I've been like, okay, next one, shit. Next one, shit. And it's just been forever going. And in the end, I fucking give up. And I'm like, well, fuck you all. There's no point. I tried.
Oh no, I'll charge mine in. If it needs be, I'm just like, I'll go scroll on Instagram for like 15 minutes. Or better yet, I might go through looking for like the perfect porn to like, that I might want to use for like 15 minutes.
Nice.
And I'll just be like, do you know what? If I charge it for 15 minutes, I can get like at least a nice 20 minute or like 50, or however long it could be of a wank. Like, I'm not saying I want to sit there and masturbate for a whole hour, but if I know I really want to, I will just plug it in, quickly scroll, find something, or keep myself busy for like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, come on, I've got enough battery to just last me just a little bit.
Get the warm-up going.
Yeah, get the warm-up going.
It is all about the mind and how your body is, because as much as your head is horny, sometimes your body just needs a second to warm up to it. Just so frustrating when you are so horny and then you feel nothing, or your head's out of place, but you're still horny and you cannot focus in on that cum. Like, I really struggle to focus on cum. I don't know. This is devastating news, Oloni. I'm going away on holiday, and where I'm going, sex toys are illegal, which means I'm not going to come for 10 fucking days, man.
That was me in December. Wait, are you going to, like, am I allowed to guess? Can I guess?
Yeah, guess.
Dubai.
Guess. No, but that's a really good guess.
Abu Dhabi.
No, this is more, this is lower.
Sex toys banned in all these places.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
It is. Like, I remember last time I was going, my partner was begging me just to not take my toy. He was just like, don't take your toy, please. Just don't take your toy. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe I could take those lipsticks and put it in my suitcase.
Yeah.
He was just like,
sneaky one.
Yeah, he was just like, just don't. And I thought to myself, yeah, it's not worth it. I will use my finger or whatever. Did I even masturbate when I was out there? I'm trying to think. I don't even remember, but I know that as
so
soon as when I ran back indoors, it was like crack and heroin. I was just like, at last.
Oh,
but no, this is
very
Thailand.
Careful, people. Oh, is it Thailand?
Yeah.
Oh, I did read about that as well, actually. I was quite shocked, though. I was, because I don't know why I get the impression that Thailand is a bit sexually free.
This is what I was shocked as well,
Yeah.
because obviously like they have like the ladyboy shows, and that's always quite sexual. I mean, they fucking fly ping pong balls out there.
And budgerigars, man, they are popping out live animals and shit.
Yeah.
My mate went to a show and she was like, the bird was a lot to deal with. Like, what was it doing down there? Crazy. I mean, that's you would think that it is, I think because of the way that it's been depicted, but then I think that's because of the whole sex tourism and the sex trafficking, and we just assume from what we've seen. No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't. We think
one
it
is
does.
consensual and the other isn't, but you know, we will be here educating forever for you to start on that. But so. Maybe you could find something else you can masturbate with, like, I don't know, maybe use an instrument or something that's not a sex toy. I don't know. I'm thinking about when I first started masturbating. I think I said this, like, I used to. There you go. That's an instrument. There you go. Smart. Yeah, you can
maybe
just buy one just for your clip.
Cut off the bristles or like buy a special attachment.
No, you use the opposite end. Actually, no, because then the opposite end.
Then it doesn't vibrate enough.
Yeah, it doesn't vibrate enough. That is true.
I have masturbated with a toothbrush like before I was 18 and owned sex toys.
We all have.
Yeah. But like the painful bit, like the little spike, I remember putting that on my clip. I mean, it still came.
What?
Didn't you use the back?
You know, like
you didn't use the back where there was no bristles.
No, so without the toothbrush head.
Okay. Oh wow.
Just like the little metal prong.
Ow.
Jesus.
It was okay. Like if you balance it right, it was I'm trying to remember, but I definitely came. Definitely. Yeah. Ooh, I don't remember it being painful, but I think I remember just being like, okay, we just need to get some sex toys now. This
pack
is ridiculous.
some also you could use like foods like a courgette or something, put a condom on it.
The thing is, I have sand there. I don't need to be penetrated. I've got dick. It's the clit part. Like I want to clitorally come.
As you should.
Yeah.
As you should.
Is that too much to
What
ask
about
for?
like a small kind of like smooth thing that you can like just lube
like
up and like move it around really
and it's the manual work
like...
as well sometimes. I don't want to manually do it. My arm's going to be like this.
It's so painful. I was hand whipping cream the other day with a fucking whisk, and I was like, this is what it was like when I was fucking masturbating. I was holding my hand like, oh, it's so painful. I was just like, you know, that pain that goes all the way up your shoulder, and you're like so fucking, you can get there, and you're just like, oh, give up, rest. Okay, try again. Pain, absolute pain.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's not good at all. You don't want that. Well, you know what, Sam really has to step up, to be honest. He needs to be your vibrator for the whole time.
Yeah, you know, he's got a challenge. Good old that make Reed come but orally. I'll see you in 3 years.
He can just use his mouth and just hum for the vibrations.
Yeah. Or just extra foreplay, longer foreplay, much longer foreplay. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the foreplay is always pretty good. It's just I can't get out of my head when someone's eating me out. I just can't. I struggle with it so much. I know what you mean
sometimes. Sometimes I don't even bother. I just think, oh, this is exciting. He's down there. I just enjoyed the act of them just being down there. I'm just like, oh, nice.
Yeah. You know what? That's nice. It's very much like, thank you. I know you're doing this for me.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree.
You. That touched me. Well, shall we talk about orgasms a little bit more? I kind of really wanted to bring up the sort of conversation around what orgasms feel like, because I feel like it's one of our most watched videos on YouTube. It's like such a, you know, Googled term, because I think when you're first experiencing sex and orgasm, maybe even like orgasm into your like late adulthood as well, some people are just like, am I feeling an orgasm? Like, what does it actually feel like? What's the difference between clitoral and G-spot and cervical and all of these things?
What do yours feel like?
Ooh, okay. So mine is from, obviously, I climax mostly from my clitoris, but there's also arguments I've seen other sex educators have that, you know, the G-spot orgasm is still the same as the clitoris one.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's still a lot of
the inside of it.
research that needs to be done, but all I know is I don't need penetration. Like, my clit is the main focus. So all my sex toys are toys that are sucking on my clit. My wands are going on my clit. I can't remember the last time I put a dildo inside of me. I could not tell you the last time. Well, actually, no, I'll tell a lie. I remember there was a time I got on FaceTime and I put a toy inside of me. That was just for...
That's always the go-to for the FaceTime sex.
Yeah, I'm just like, I know you want to see this, fine, here you go. But what did my orgasms feel like? Oh my God, my orgasms are so euphoric. They're beautiful. They make me want to cry sometimes. And I just think, like, it's the most... When it comes to pleasure, I can't imagine anything that comes as close to it. I wish it could last forever. Actually, no. If it could last forever, I think we'd actually die. Because how do you experience that intense feeling for so long? Like, I think the right amount of time that we do experience our orgasms when we get them is a healthy amount. But that hit, I feel like I'm in space sometimes. It just feels so euphoric. It's an out of body experience. It really
magical.
Yeah, it is magical. Absolutely.
I think they were doing tests. I remember reading some, you know, like back in the day when they were doing like mad science tests on women's orgasms, which is also a massive turn on for me. And they were saying that they were recording orgasms that lasted up to 2 minutes long. Like an actual physical orgasm. So like, you know, that you've got like convulsions of your muscles on the inside and like the heart race and everything.
I'm pretty sure I had a 5-minute orgasm when I had high sex.
Ooh. 5 minutes?
I swear.
I mean, really are you sure? If it was high, it could have been like...
Yeah, it could have been doubled.
30 seconds and you were just there, suspended in belief.
Oh my God. That does happen though. It does happen though. When you just lay there like, this guy or this girl has just slutted me out and I'm just like, I'm so fucked right now. I don't want to move.
You know,
you get like the orgasm like head where you're just like, what? You're just completely dead and you're just like, okay. Yeah. It's like into an absolute sheep.
It's like that episode of Sex and the City where Samantha takes the Viagra and she's just like... My God. Screaming and stuff, like opera, like that's what it's like. She was
riding, she was enjoying. I've always wondered what it'd be like to take Viagra. I've never done it. Have you guys done it before?
No. We did have someone on the podcast who had it though.
Was it a woman who did it?
Yeah, Sophie.
Oh really?
I don't know. I think it's like, I know that Viagra, depending on what you take, what ones you have, because Viagra's expensive and you can get loads of fakes, but apparently Viagra can feel quite like a drug, as in like you feel really like spaced out and like there's a lot going on, almost feels a bit like MDMA. Oh, wow. Obviously that's really dependent on which one you have, but a lot of the guys I used to speak to working the porn industry, they would feel like that, where they were just sort of a bit fucked out.
Oh wow.
Taking, especially when it was gay for pay porn, or popping the Viagra like crazy.
I'll tell you one thing I did take. It was like on Valentine's Day. It was like this what's it called? This weed goat thing. It was like these pills that you take.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I should have brought them. It's in my bathroom right now because but I can't remember what they're called, but they're basically like this horny goat weed that you take, and it makes you really horny. What? And I thought it didn't work, but then like after me and my partner had sex, it kicked in after, but he'd fallen asleep and I woke him up. I was like, wake up. I was like, can I get on top? Because I was just like, no, I need to make sure like you're fine with me getting on top. And then he woke up and he was just like, oh, you want to get, yes, go on, do your thing. And I started riding him and I was just like, oh, and anyone who knows me or listens to Laid Bare will know that I'm not the person who likes to get on top. I like to lay there half the time. So, do you know what I mean? Or maybe, you know, a bit of doggy from time to time. I do love a good doggy.
Yeah.
But I was riding, like I was really, my pussy was dripping. I was just like, oh my God, this shit.
And that was horny goat weed, and you get it in tablet form.
Called. I'm trying to.
All right, just writing this down.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google it now. Can I Google it now? Like horny.
This sounds amazing.
Where did you get it from?
Horny goat weed. My partner brought it. I don't know where he got it from. He brought it because he lives in America. So I was just like, where the fuck did you find this? And you're not taking it back. I'm keeping it because I don't know what type of herbs this is. I don't need to get in trouble on your way back. But I was just like, it really did kick in, and it just got me really sexually excited. I'm saying sexually excited. It got me horny. It got me very horny.
Fully horny.
Was the orgasm better, or was it just same?
It was, I don't know if it was better, because to be fair, I was high. I shouldn't have been on all these things to be that.
No, never downgrade it. It's just, it's extended pleasure, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I will definitely say what it did do was the fact that it was just, it got me, it was random. It was like a random hit of just horniness. That's what I felt.
Wow.
So it wasn't like we didn't fuck before. We'd fucked before. And, you know, like I said, he dozed off. But I was still up. And then it randomly hit me that I was just like, oh my God, my pussy's doing this thing. Wake up. Like,
yeah, it needs to be fed.
Up. Yeah.
I sometimes feel like when I'm really horny, like mainly on my hangover days or just around ovulation, the first fuck is like great, but it's the fucks after that that I generally, it's the second fuck or the third fuck where I a G-spot come loads. Yeah. And it's almost like my pussy's allowed to be more engorged and sort of like welcoming all the pleasure rather than just be like, okay, let's have sex. It's like, when you are that kind of horny and like all your labia like puffs out and you're so wet, and then you just, if you have sex again and again, it feels even better. But that's like new levels. It was probably same as that.
I don't know if I feel the same way about that. I feel like I always have my best orgasms the first time. But I also haven't had sex like that in such a long time. Yeah. I can't remember.
Could be. I mean, it's different if I have a clitoral orgasm, then I'm done. But if it's just G-spot, it's almost like the prep and the almost like foreplay up until the big clitoral orgasm.
Yeah.
I think my G-spots don't feel satisfying enough. They're just like, oh, a G-spot orgasm, you can have another. Oh, a G-spot, like, and I can keep rolling with them, but they don't feel like an earth-shattering orgasm.
Yeah.
With my G-spot, I feel like that's my climactic like orgasm. That's the one that really builds, and then like if I have that G-spot, then I'm kind of like I'm more or less done afterwards unless they warm me back up. But I feel like, I don't know about clitoral, I feel like clitoral like could keep going, which is so interesting. It's so weird that I mean, not weird, but it's amazing that we're all so different.
No, we are all so different because mine is sensitive. Like after I've come from like my clit, I'm just like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Yeah. And I read that was like a normal feeling for a lot of women, but everyone's body is different. And I've said this before, it would be amazing if we could all come the same way, so we all know. But I think there's also beauty in everyone's, there's beauty in everyone being different and our bodies being different as well. We get to teach our lovers.
We should say a disclaimer as well, like, you know, we're all sort of like around the age of 30. We've had a lot of sex. We've been more confident with our bodies. Not everyone can orgasm, especially if you're young and listening to this being like, oh, I haven't had a clitoral orgasm, I haven't had a G-spot orgasm, and thinking and wanting that, or realizing, or not realizing, thinking that you're wrong or broken, especially if you're putting pressure on yourself to have that orgasm. It will come in time. It's so rare that people can't physically orgasm. It happens, of course, but it's really rare. A lot of the reason why we don't orgasm is just because we're so caught up in our own head, it's hard to focus and reach it. Same goes for dudes and penis owners too. We talk so openly about orgasms, but I think there's so many people out there that can't achieve orgasms as well as we can. But it does take practice. You know, it takes not just practice of like playing with yourself physically, but also trying to get into the mental space of it, making sure you're with somebody that's actually going to help you rather than stress you out or make sure your head's somewhere else. You know, it's not just focusing on your pleasure, it's also like your well-being and your mental health plays a huge part. So yeah, really depends on where you are in your life as well.
Absolutely.
But I wish everyone could just come.
I would always say that don't focus on the orgasm, like focus on the build up. So do not think about nutting whatsoever. Like if you find it difficult, especially, like think about whatever brings you, find what makes you sexually aroused and focus on that. It could be a past sexual encounter, it could be, you know, a celebrity you find really sexy that you'd love to fuck if you were given the chance. It could be audio erotica. It could be reading steamy messages from that person you haven't slept with yet. It could be watching videos of yourself, or when you looked really cute and dolled up. I love personally looking at photos of myself. So if I look frumpy and I feel like I'm just like, oh, I don't look like, I will pull up a photo where I'm just like, bitch, girl, Listen.
Amazing.
You look good here, and it turns me on. I'm sure you guys do. You look at photos of
That's
yourself
so
when you get turned on.
interesting.
You must look at photos of yourself from time to time and get turned on. My
don't know
pussy
about
throbs when I look at myself
turned
sometimes.
on.
And I'm just like, there we
trying
go.
to think,
There we
maybe.
go.
It's
all about just...
It's a confidence thing. It's like, damn, like I can feel how kind of like hot and sexy I like felt when that photo was taken.
Yeah. Like,
I never thought about it turning us on, but yeah, that feeling of just like, fuck, you look so good. Like, you look insanely good there.
I can't say that I've ever looked at a photo of myself.
Never.
And like,
this is probably... I'm a Leo, so maybe this is why.
that is so
I'm a
Leo.
Yeah, it is very Leo. But I definitely do. I've looked at photos where I'm like half naked or nudes that I've sent to my partner before, and it turns me on, you know? And if you're going to send it to your partner to get turned on, I think you need to be turned on first. Like, I need to... How else would you know it's a hot photo or it's a steamy video if you're not, if you don't like it? It must do something for you. So,
True.
you know, my point is just that look for something that turns you on and use that as a method or a tool to help, you know, keep that stimulation going. And believe me, with time, it can definitely happen. That nut or that orgasm can definitely happen.
Yeah, and it's annoying actually when you orgasm too quickly during sex. This happened to me the other day, and I was just when it's hitting the right spot, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm gonna come," and like I don't want to not come. I don't want to stop myself from coming, so I'm gonna come. But it was way too quick, and I'm like, shit. Especially when it's a G spot for me, I feel like that's pretty much done for the session, or like it takes
and then you're kind of just holding on for them. You're just a bit like,
exactly.
Okay,
like
cool.
I'm trying to get back into it, but
you guys are making me want to go back to like finding out if I could like, well, I know I can, like my G-spot orgasms. I haven't really visited that in a very long time, dare I say. Because you got, this feels like therapy. I'm thinking about it. When I first started masturbating, I used to use like, God, I can't believe I'm saying this. I used to use like a deodorant bottle and put like a condom
I used to
over
do
it.
the same thing.
Oh my God, amazing.
I feel normal. Whew, okay.
Yeah, I've done that before for sure.
So it was like this Shaw, like, you know what, like Shaw bottles or any deodorant bottle. Put a condom over it and would obviously like replace the condoms as well. But I was noticing that because that's what sex was like to me in terms of that's what I saw in pornography. That's what I saw in like, you know, films after 9 p.m, Watershed. I thought that was the way women were supposed to climax. It had to be PIV. So that's what I did. And I did like come through that. But as I've gotten older, I really neglected that bit because I was just like, nah, this is the magical bean. This is where it's easier. Focus on this. Like, do you get what I mean? Bean. So I think I'm going to try and revisit that and maybe document my journey kind of thing. Like, okay, I'm going to try the G-spot orgasms again.
If you're using kind of like something that's quite short, I think a lot of us think when we're using something that's penetrative, it has to be big and long. And I don't like it. I don't like it long. Like, and I also don't like... I don't really get off on fucking myself. I like putting something in and letting it sit, like letting it marinate there whilst I'm playing with my clit.
Exactly.
That's what I'm not sitting there fucking myself. Sometimes I do, and that can give me a mini orgasm. But like one of my favorite toys is like a big thick one, so it's almost like, you know, that sort of Shaw deodorant bottle looking thing, and then it goes round and it's a sucky bit as well.
Like
and then
rabbit,
you sit that in, you put it in.
My friend got a toy like that recently as well. And I looked at it.
Fuck me.
I looked at it recently. I was just like, there's a lot going on here. But now I think I'm going to go get all my G-spot toys and try and relearn. Relearn. Because I'm just like, no, if it's not the clit, I ain't with it. But
you know what though? I don't know if I can give myself a G-spot orgasm. I don't know if I've ever been able to get, because there's like a specific like rhythm and like the spot that it needs to reach, and I don't know if I can do that with my hand, and like, you know, that's when it becomes a lot of effort and your arm starts aching and you're like, for fuck's sake, I just need a dick and a person attached to it.
Which is faster for you though, G-spot orgasms or clit orgasms?
Clitoral.
What do you? So that one's faster for you?
Yeah, way faster. But it's weird because if I'm with a guy and their penis is like the perfect fit, I can come so quickly. G-spot. There was this guy in LA, like my fuck buddy out there, and his like the sex was kind of mediocre, but like his penis was just like I don't know what it was. It was just hitting exactly the right spot, and like it was just so pleasurable. Like as soon as it was inside, and like within probably 2 minutes, I was coming, and I was like, this is crazy. And I'm not even sure if I liked it that much because it was almost too quick.
Yeah, you want the build up.
Yeah.
You don't want to just like fucking come. It's basically we're complicated as fuck. Yeah, it's so complicated. Because I would say on my own I can do clitoral really quickly, but when I'm with somebody else, clitoral is so hard, and G-spot's easier, but that's only when I'm super fucking horny and my body wants a G-spot orgasm. So it's so fucking dependent on what's going on.
Yeah, and on the fit, different dicks,
so many factors.
Tricks.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
Shit, man. We should talk about other orgasms. We have just focused on G-spot
there's many,
and clitoral.
Isn't there? There's many.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always reading that there's a new orgasm every day. I'm like, but you can't comment because it's not your body. If someone says they have had a skin orgasm, they've had a skin orgasm. Like I had somebody tell me that they had a skin orgasm, or I know nipple orgasms are a thing as well. There's so many.
I've had one nipple orgasm in my life, and it was incredible.
Yeah, I've had nipple orgasms. Yeah,
it's
insane.
It was like. It was so weird. So it was like he was playing my body like an instrument. And it was like exactly he had like two. I can't remember if his hand or his mouth was on my nipples, or maybe like one on the other. But I guess there was a lot of like stroking and like up and down the whole body, and like it was weird. It was like this orgasm built from not just my pussy, but like from my toes all the way to my fingertips to the top of my head.
Full body, but it's not like you don't feel it in your pussy either. It's not like what we're so used to with the clitoral orgasm or G-spot, where it's so pussy orientated. It's like a full body one, and you don't really. It's so crazy. You feel it's almost it's like an out of body intense experience.
I've never
like
had it
blood
again.
rushing and it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's same with like I've had footgasms before where people have been like playing with my feet, and that's been crazy. Again, full body. I'm trying to think tickle-gasms, but that's also full body as well.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I would love to do it again.
It really is. I think it's so good to explore, and it makes you think, like, never ever get too comfortable. Always continue exploring, because there are several things that our bodies can do if we take the time to just learn to unlock it.
Exactly.
And and be patient with yourself as well, which I'm gonna implement into my sex life as well. Because I'm just like, no, I know what I like, and I like what I like. So yeah,
it's so easy to do that though, and like I definitely got into that spot as well, and I, for the first time ever recently, like started going back to my fingers and like my hands.
Wow.
And I was like actually just like getting like the oils out and like massaging my labia and like, you know, and then I found like a really nice position where it's weird because the orgasms are very different to the orgasms you get from sex toys. It felt like a lot more kind of wholesome, but also not as intense. Yeah. But like there was this moment where I had like my fingers on my clit, but I had like my whole palm down on my kind of like pubic kind of region, like my stomach, like lower stomach, and it felt so like kind of held and like nice and like warm and like the surface area. So that was a new thing that I'd never really done before, and doing that by myself was really fun. But it wasn't the same kind of orgasm as using like the doxy, which is like
what did you prefer then? Which orgasm did you prefer? Okay, I feel like I know the answer.
The one with the wands are just like, it's just so fucking intense, and like the orgasm's big, like it feels really big and powerful. So it's so hard to like prefer the other one that's like it's more tame, it's more like, it's like a whisper. Yeah. You know?
See, I find when I finally reach climax with my hand, it's a huge orgasm because the build-up is so long.
Wow, okay.
But I do find that when you're with a wand, it's easier when you're coming to hold it on your clit, hold it on so that almost like the orgasm keeps going through you. When you're doing it with your hand, it's really hard to keep going as you're coming. So especially also if you're with a partner as well, it's almost like there's pride in holding the wand on and keeping that orgasm going, even if it's uncomfortable. Like I find it so uncomfortable, but then like my body's going fucking all over the place. And I don't know, like does anyone else actually violently shake and move when they come?
Oh, all the time. Like,
okay.
My neck goes back and I'm just like, oh my God.
Back. Yeah.
Like the neck tilts, everything. I start, I can't even express, but like there's this weird, I don't know, tick that happens in my body. It just like
convulsion.
Yeah,
when it's,
or an exorcist, something.
Yeah, when it's a really, really big orgasm for me, like my legs are shaking and also trembling afterwards as well. Like they're pulling out and I'm like...
I call that, I get aftershocks where it's like after sex and I'm there and I'm like juddering. I'm like convulsing still, just like, it's like full body. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I start screaming. I'm like, wow, that was fucking amazing. Woo!
I love that.
I do. Sometimes I just be screaming because I'm just like, oh my God, wow.
Yes.
Sometimes the people who are not experiencing this, you guys need to explore because every woman deserves an orgasm. I really do believe that because I feel like we have a lot of happy people, like women were experiencing more orgasms as well, because it's just something that I feel like, when it's been hidden from some of us and we're just not, we don't know how to unlock that part of us, but orgasms are fucking amazing, honestly.
Yeah.
And we're the only ones
and they can be.
Yeah, no, I was going to say we're the only ones with clitorises. Like, that is the only organ that is designed for sexual pleasure. Men don't even have that. So we are built to enjoy pleasure. Women, people with vulvas are designed for that, and men don't even have that. They can urinate and I don't know what else they can do with their penis, but with our clit bean, we can... It's literally just simply there for us to enjoy and to have these 8,000 nerve endings of orgasms. So please experience.
That's amazing, isn't it?
We are designed that way. Except some countries would think otherwise.
Well, this is why, because they realise the power that we hold, and they want to push women down, and that's just that's history.
Pussy is power. Pussy really is power, though, isn't it?
It is. Orgasms are power. They're everything. They're such a de-stressor. They're such a confidence booster.
They're good for your immune
system. They cover
system.
so much. Yeah. If you the more you're coming, unless it's escapism and unless you're coming for the wrong reasons, then you're gonna be happier.
Unless you're coming for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Unless you're fucking miserable and using it as like, gotta get that dopamine fix.
Yeah, I've probably been there in the past.
We've all been there. I've definitely been there.
Yeah, like why?
The procrastination wank when you're like back in the days of university when you're just like, I gotta write this essay, but let me come first. Let me come 8 times first. Like,
that is me. Yeah. What's the most times you've masturbated in a day?
Oh, maybe 6.
Yeah,
masturbated.
Yeah,
become 6 times. I don't know about masturbated.
Yeah, I know every time I masturbate, I have to go all the way. But I would say, definitely around 5-6 times as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was very jobless then as well.
Yeah. For sure. This is like
back in the sexless relationship.
School. Yeah. Or maybe even during. I feel like I did that when I was in a relationship and not getting sexually satisfied.
That's
and
what
I was
meant.
through that horny
in the sexless,
teenage phase.
Sexless relationships. Oh wait, do you mean
Yeah. So frustrated. Shit.
No,
wow.
Although it hurts so much, right? Like when you come that much, it's quite uncomfortable.
I do get what you mean. After a while,
you get like friction burn, like.
Oh, I don't know about friction burn. I was gonna say that after coming so many times, it's just like when I'm masturbating, I was just like, okay, this is enough. How much of a rush do you need? Like, I'm like, okay, I need to stop now. This is too much. Yeah.
And we're not talking about one orgasm after the other, especially if it's clitoral. No. It's really hard to do that. It's like you need like a couple of minutes break in between each. Or, I mean, throughout a day, I think coming 6 times, it was like hours break between.
Same.
Well, I feel like we've come to the point of the podcast where we need to ask you your fuck off story.
I gave my boyfriend head on a balcony. Like, he took away my balcony virginity because I've never done that before. Like, especially in where I was living, I was just like, I've always been like, oh, I want to have sex on here. But then when the night comes, I'm just like, oh, this is too scary. I don't think I can, even though it's dark, I'm just like, people might actually be looking. And looking, you know, especially because there's like another building right opposite. So I'm just like, I don't know if people can actually see. But
wait, is this where you live?
Yeah, where I live. So I was just like, okay, I'm ready. And then I gave him head on the balcony, and it was amazing. Like, I feel like the fact that we could feel like maybe we might get caught or people could possibly see the freedom.
Because it's really like vulnerable there. On a balcony, it feels like the whole world can see you, but you've got that element of safety. It's like doing it in a car as well. You're just like, everyone knows, but they can't really see you.
Exactly. So I was just like, oh my God, can they see these 2 dark silhouettes? Can they see my head bobbing back and forth? So it was an amazing feeling, but we only did it for like maybe like 5 or 6 minutes, and we ran back inside because I was just like, you're not about to start screaming whilst you're not on my balcony, so everyone starts like looking through their blinds like, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? But that would definitely be my fuck off moment because I've never done that before. I've had like outdoor sex. I feel like we've all had outdoor sex, but
what kind of outdoor sex?
I have no.
What is that?
I don't think I have.
Park?
Oh yeah, park sex.
I think park sex has been one of the most memorable sex that I've had as well. Even though my legs got bitten, like I don't know what it was. Shit. Yeah, my legs got bitten, like insect bites. I just remember like insect bites the next day. But what I do remember in the moment was how dripping wet I was. I think that's probably one of the most wettest experiences I've ever had, and that's because the build up to it was so much. It was a lot of like talking and flirting and just lots of innuendos. We thought it wasn't even gonna happen, but there was just it just got to a point I was just like, I'm fucking horny. By the time he got inside me and bent me over, my pussy, like, dare I say, I think I was squirting as well, like squirting in the pot. Yeah. It was at night time, so there was no one around. I hope no one was walking their dogs or anything. This is many years ago as well. But yeah, I don't know if I'd have sex in the park again though. It's too scary.
You've done it. You've been there, done that.
It's scary. We did. I fucked this guy, and it wasn't in a park. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like a church garden, but it was like a building with a little green area with a bunch of bushes in the middle of a residential area.
Oh my God.
And we went to the shops to get some booze because I was like having a little party.
Yeah.
And then we ended up fucking in between these bushes. And it was fun, but I could not enjoy it because all I could think about was like having loads of insects crawling all over me. Ooh. And that really took my head out of it because it was a place that I hadn't seen before and it was covered in leaves. And I was just like lying down when he was fucking me. And also, you know, it really hurts when you're on your knees as well.
Yeah.
So like we tried doing where I was upright and I was just like, ow, like, my fucking knees are on twigs and stones and shit. Like, this is not okay. So yeah, absolute princess. I'm like, yeah, the idea of it is hot, but I'm like, no, I want a nice comfy bed.
You deserve a nice comfy bed. You are a princess. You should be on a bed. Yes.
Thank you. I know, it's what I deserve. Not some dirty ass fucking... I don't even know what it was. Between 2 bushes, twigs everywhere. Although I have given head in the forest and that was really fun.
Yeah. I've not done anything like this. I've got all these things on my bucket list. I need to have outdoor sex. I really want to have balcony sex. Yeah. I've got a fucking balcony here and I've never had sex on it.
You need to do. Yeah. You need to do it. You need to.
It needs to be with the right person though, because I'm very particular with who I'm an exhibitionist with.
Yes. No, enough. It makes sense. Not everyone deserves balcony head.
Exactly.
Amazing.
You have to be super comfortable, don't you? I think when it comes to public sex.
Yeah, and you have to like have that good sort of relationship where you can laugh about stuff, where things can be funny and you can take the piss and just have fun with it, rather than it being like first time fuck, really serious.
Yeah. And I feel like there's I don't know. Tell me what you think. Do you feel like there's certain levels as to what you should really experience with the type of guys you have sex with? Like, I don't know, for some heterosexual guys that I've had on my podcast, which are so boring sometimes, their level is that, oh, I won't give head to a woman who's not my wife. Whereas we're giving like the first level for us, like, you know, even studies show that, you know, heterosexual women, when it comes to sex, or even bisexual women, when it comes to sex, head for men is part of the package. But for some of them, that's not what is mirrored when it comes to their sex life. So it kind of makes me think, do we have like stages or things that we give to particular sexual partners when we're having sex with them? If that makes sense. So not anyone would just have balcony sex with me. It wouldn't just be a guy I've just met. It would probably be someone who I've been having sex with, a really, really comfortable casual sex partner, or perhaps just a partner in general, a romantic partner, if that makes does that make sense?
It's like it's like the levels of like, yes, you next level, you can have balcony sex.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think of,
I think I would need to be in like a very intimate space with someone to kind of give those things away.
Yeah.
Even like when I give like really good head, I only give my really best head to people that I really, really like.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. 2 minutes
I don't think
for you and
I don't
10
think I
minutes
have
for someone
levels. I think like the first like I will fuck someone on the first date and I will give them, no, you know what? Okay, let me rephrase this. I won't give them anything. It's more I will expect something from them. So it has to be a certain level. So I'm like, oh yeah, are you into consensual, non-consensual play? Okay, cool, let's do this. If they don't really do it back, then I'm like, I do give them my all. Yeah. It's like, I want all the bad fantasies. It's almost like a test. I think that's what I do, and that's what I've done, where it's like I give them absolutely everything. Let's get the toys out, let's do all this crazy role play, let's like do this and this, and if you don't pass those tests, we're not fucking again.
Oh, I see.
There are definitely tests.
So I think it's the other way around for me.
Oh, I like that. So basically it's just like, let me see if you're good enough to even sleep with again.
It sounds awful, but
it's not. It's how it should be. Women should sleep with men that they're sexually compatible with. We shouldn't be wasting our time or our pleasure with men who don't, or women who live up to the satisfaction we want.
Is so true.
But if a man was saying that, if a penis owner was saying that, would we be absolutely outraged? If he was like, yeah, I'm going to test you and you have to meet my certain needs, otherwise I'm not going to sleep with you again.
But I feel like everyone does it.
Yeah, I feel like they do. It might not be saying it, but let's be real. Yeah. That is what's happening. I don't think they're going around saying like, oh, you're not sexually satisfying me, therefore I will never sleep with you again. But mentally, that's probably what's going on. They're just not. Yeah,
and we need to exude that. We need to be like, I'm fucking amazing, and you need to go through these interview stages to get the job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I hate that in dating. Like, I feel like I'm in that moment at the moment with all my like sexual encounters, and everything's like, is that a deal breaker? Is that like being checked off the list? And like, it's so rare that everything is, that it's just like, for fuck's sake.
It will happen though. Someone will come along and it will happen.
I agree.
Yeah. It is admin. It is long admin, but hold out for it. You're going to find the right person for the right job.
Please, it's gonna happen. Please, I need to have that balcony sex.
Yeah, it's gotta happen. But yeah, amazing. This has been so amazing, Oloni.
Orgasmic, one might say.
Yeah, it's so insightful. And thank you for also like slipping in part of the orgasm gap there. It was like going through this like, shit, we haven't spoken enough about it. But when you were talking about the difference between stuff and things, and it's all gone out of my head.
Oh, Reed, I love you.
I'll just sit here and look pretty.
No, it was so amazing. It was so good to have you on again.
No,
always.
I love being back. No, thank you so much. And I love the work that you both do as well. I love the content that you guys always bring, especially on Instagram. You know, the hub that you guys have created is just amazing, and you're just continuously pushing out content that, you know, I guess we sort of wish we had growing up. So it's we're sort of the change that we want to see. And there's a lot of you know, women, non-binary, men who are going to be looking at that content and being more educated about sexuality than ever before.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And you too. Thank you.
We literally are singing your praises before you came on. You've just been such an inspiration. Everyone needs to check out Oloni's work, and your Twitter kicks off all the time. You are like creating trends and threads and putting shit out there. I feel like we are the pioneers for like the sexual revolution.
Absolutely. Yes.
Where can our curious fuckers find you?
So you can find me on all socials at Oloni. You can also check out my podcast, Laid Bare, and look out for my book, which will be released in September, The Big O. So I can't wait for that. So yeah.
That is very exciting.
Thank you so much.
So good. And thank you, curious fuckers, for listening to this episode. It has been so magical. We've had such an incredible time with Oloni. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with all of our shenanigans, you can follow us on Instagram at Come Curious, as well as check out our YouTube channel at Come Curious, and our personal accounts, Read Amber X and Florence Bark.
And as always, please remember to rate, subscribe, follow. I think it's actually just follow on all platforms, isn't it now? It's not subscribe to a podcast, it's follow.
No, it is subscribe on YouTube.
Oh yeah, well I guess you can subscribe to YouTube. And yeah, just leave all the comments, ratings, reviews. We love that. And if you have your own fuck off stories, slide into our DMs and just put fuck off at the beginning.
Fuck off. We also have merch, of course, guys, which you can check out and love. And we've got t-shirts that have just been released. And we have this deal on at the moment where if you buy a tote or a t-shirt, you get a free sticker pack.
Woo.
Yay! So go and check it out. There's a link in the bio, I'm sure. And we will all see you next Thursday. Hear from you next Thursday. Next Thursday. Love you all. Mwah.
Bye.